Hi there. We're going to look today at a website called investing.com, which has a lot of interesting features in it that I'm going to take you through. But before I do that, I just want to say that I don't use that platform, investing.com. It's based in America. It's probably expensive. I'd have to send money over to the United States, which is not only expensive, but it's a hassle as well. So I don't do that. My broker is Easy Equities. They're based in Johannesburg. They're a registered stockbroker. And it is very easy, as the name says. No charge per month, no minimum fee for investing in shares, and yeah, that's where I am. And I've been with a lot of different stockbrokers, Namibia Equity Brokers, PSG, board of executors, but now I've been with Easy Equities for 5 years, and I recommend them. You can go anywhere you want, but I'm just saying that before we move on to this website. This is an American website. It's called investing.com, and what I want to look at is watch lists and how you can make your own watch lists. And as you see, I've got quite a few here: 2020, banks, top 40, one that I started in 2018, etc., etc. Now, these are not shares that I own, but these are things I'm looking at to say, if I had some banks, what would their performance be? So let's look at the banks. And you'll see, first of all, on the right here, there's a little button. You can customize this. You can have the highest price, the previous price, the bids, the open. I don't understand half of these things. The volume, don't care. All I'm really interested in is change in terms of percentage. How much has the share gone up, or the ETF gone up or down? And obviously the symbol and the next earnings date. When the next time the dividends are going to come. When will the next earnings be announced by this company? So here you see, here's my banks, and I can, just by clicking on that, I can order them alphabetically, A to Z or Z to A. What I like to do is order them in terms of the change in the share price. So here we see Purple Capital, which is the owner of Easy Equities, by the way, did very well yesterday, 4.88%. They went up. Investec did well, African Rainbow, etc., etc., etc. Next on the tabs at the top here, you see the fundamentals, market capitalization, earnings per share, PE ratio, and again, you can sort them according to that if you want. I'm interested in the dividend yield. Old Mutual paying a very good dividend, but we'll see shortly why that is. Sanlam, good dividend. Nedbank, Standard Bank, etc. And some of them, Purple Capital, African Rainbow, Discovery, didn't pay a dividend at all. So that's quite useful. Next is technical. Not really interested too much in that, but if you're interested, they give you an indication. This is over the month, and again, you can customize it. You can say over the last hour, the last 5 hours, the last month. I don't really use that, but it's quite interesting. Here, this is interesting. Here's the performance over the past month, the past year, and the past 3 years. I'm not really interested in the day or even the month or even the year, but I'm interested in long-term performance. And again, I can just click on that to adjust it, and I can see Ethereum cryptocurrency went up by 684% over 3 years. Very nice. Over 1 year, you can see not doing too well. It went down by 32%. Year to date, in other words, since the 1st of January 2022, it's gone down 53%. So you can look at that and make up your own mind. Purple Capital's done very well. Again, not so well this year. Rhodium done well. Bitcoin, Capitec has done well, etc., etc. Consistent performance would be something like Investec. It's done 8.2 over 3 years. It's done 62% over 1 year. It's done 4% over 1 month, etc., etc. You can have a look at all these things. And the last one is candlestick patterns, if that's something that interests you. Again, you can customize it to give all of these different time frames. Not really interested in all of those, but you can play with these if you're really interested in it. But just looking at the last month, this is what they say. And if you're interested in candlesticks, you can look at the Harami cross and the 3 black crows, etc., etc. I'm not interested in that. So there's your summary, and the other thing you might want to look at is charts. In other words, we take one of these shares. Let's take. Oh, and I included an ETF, by the way. I'll just come back here. Satrix have got an ETF which follows the financial index. Here it is here. And you can sort of compare that to if I'd bought a share in Nedbank, it would have gone up 68% yesterday. But if I'd bought a share in the ETF Satrix Fini, it went down by 0.65%. Don't know why, probably because Capitec at the bottom here brought it down. Oh, I did want to say one thing, by the way. We were looking at the performance of these shares. Do you see why Old Mutual's dividend is so good? Is because the price has collapsed. They've gone down in 3 years, they've gone down by 41%. So because the price of the share is now quite low, the dividend they're paying out seems quite high in relation to the share price, if that makes sense. Yeah, just coming back to the chart again, nice basic, easy to understand charts. And you can change the time frame of that. You can look at it over 5 years if that's what you want to look at. That's fine. And you can also at the bottom here change it to percentage. So the percentage growth, of course, it went down in 2020. This is the Satrix Fini, but it's gone up nearly 50% over the past 10 years. So you can play with that and have a look at that. If it is a share, by the way, you should be able to also see what I like to see is the dividends. So if I look at Nedbank, for example, I can open up Nedbank and then have a look at their chart, and you'll have a little bit more information there about the dividends that were paid. You can see they're normally in green, so the dividends that were paid over the past 10 years, let's say. Let's go down to 10 years, and you can see, well, you should be able to see the dividends that were paid. Let's go to 1 year. No, it doesn't want to show me the dividends. All right, it shows me something else. Not really interested in the candlestick patterns, but you should be able to see the dividends as well, which is useful. If you are interested in dividends, by the way, there's also under financial, there is a little button here, a little sub-menu that says dividends. And if you look at that, you should be able to look and see all of the dividends that were paid over the past. And 4.33, it's everything's in cents, of course. So 4.33, 6.75, 4.60, and as you see, normally twice a year they've been pretty consistent, with the exception of 2020, pretty consistent in paying dividends. So that's investing.com if you're interested, and in particular how to set up watch lists, and I hope you found that interesting.